And welcome back to the channel, everybody. Here, Lucas from Mars, back with another episode of this FIU rebuild in NCAA 25. And before we kind of jump into some gameplay action here in this episode, we have a big-time upset, actually, to show you in this game right here. Kentucky, unranked in the SEC, playing against Georgia. They actually beat Georgia here by a single point. I wish that it would show you the touchdown, the scoring updates and everything. I wish it would show you when the team scored and everything, the scoring summary in these box scores and stuff. Because I don't know if Kentucky scored with like the last play of the game. It looks like they might have went for two, honestly, at the very end of the game, because they had 18 points in that fourth quarter. It looks like they might have gone for two at some point there to win the game against Georgia. And Georgia losing that turnover battle 1-0. That's probably a big part of the reason why they lost. But there's a quick look at that box score. I mean, Georgia had more total yards in this game. They had 320 yards through the air, courtesy of Carson Beck there, the starter. But Brock Vandegrift, the junior quarterback for Kentucky, had over 300 yards with 2 touchdowns and no interceptions as well. So he played pretty well. And Trevor Etienne had a couple of rushing touchdowns, only 56 rushing yards on the ground, but he only carried the ball 11 times. Not really a lot of carries for him, it seems. And Brock Vandegrift actually had a pretty good day on the ground. He had 46 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns for their running back there. Brian Brown had a touchdown, over 100 receiving yards in this game. Davon Key there was good as well for them. And then, Dominic Lovett, wow, what a game for him. 10 catches, 121 yards, and 2 scores. But definitely a big upset here, and definitely Oscar Delp also had a pretty decent game. But definitely a big upset there in the SEC. And kind of a game that, is going to shake up the FBS just a little bit there. But here we are in this week. This is the opening. Well, this is week 4 now of this season. And right now, FIU in this season 1-2 after the loss to Florida Atlantic. And of course, I mean, that Florida Atlantic game, just a true disaster of really epic proportions for us in that game. 8 turnovers that we handed, and Florida State lost again. They're all 1-2 in this sim. They're 0-2 in real life right now, and they lose to Memphis. But yeah, we all know what happened last time we took the field. It wasn't great, and we had 8 total turnovers, including 6 interceptions. So, the name of the game in this episode for us is going to be, can we somehow, some way help this turnover and help our turnovers out a little bit here? And I mean, we can't be throwing 6 picks. We can't be winning any games with 8 total turnovers. That's going to have to be the key for us as we go into this game and this week. And we will have 2 games in this episode for you guys here, as a good win there for UCF over TCU. Close, high-scoring affair there. But we will have a Washington losing to Washington State. That's an interesting one there. Or Washington State beating Washington there. That's a big upset. Clemson, NC State is on the ledger for this week here in week 4. And Oklahoma State and Utah is also on the ledger. Those are a couple of the biggest games this week nationally. But we will play 2 games in this episode. Here we're going to start against FCS and an FCS program in FCS Southeast in this game. And then we're going to start conference play against the Louisiana Tech Bulldogs to start out the conference here. Not expecting us to have too much trouble with FCS Southwest, but we will have to see. And again, reminder, this box score, I mean, yeah, 26 points that we allowed in the fourth quarter, 3-1 that we allowed in the second quarter, 67 points total. We got 4 turnovers, but we gave up 8 of them. So, name of the game, can the offense recover from what was a pretty disastrous, absolutely disastrous performance last week. And Keon Jenkins, you know, he's kind of on the hot seat in the quarterback role right now. I don't expect him to have that bad of a game going forward this year, but, you know, we might have to monitor that situation as this game goes along as we go through it. But here we are in this game at Florida International 1-2. We're facing an FCS school this week. This is the perfect week, honestly, to have, you know, after a week like we had against Florida Atlantic. This is the perfect team to play for us, but we get sacked immediately here. It's already a third down and long. That's a toss over the middle, and a great catch right there. A grab, as that was number 3 on the wideout, and we haven't really said his name. He hasn't had a lot of catches this season. It's a toss to the outside, and a good run for Lexington Joseph. He's across the 45-yard line. That was a rush of 16. I don't know why, but there's a ton of injuries every time I play an FCS school in this game for some reason. Now we're going to toss it out to Keyshawn Owens out of the backfield there on a halfback angle route. Again, I love that route. And Keon Jenkins actually with that throw is now exactly at 1,000 yards passing in this football game here. As we throw it over to the left side, and it's intercepted. Picked off, and down the other way goes Contarius Bush. Nobody's going to catch him. He is going to go into the end zone. Touchdown, FCS Southeast, and another pick 6. So the second or the third pass of the game for Keon Jenkins goes the other way. And you know, this was a corner route that we were trying to get it to the left side of the field here. And number 17, Bush just had a great read on that route and jumped that route and got that play for the pick. That's a huge play. That's a good throw, though. I mean, you got to be able to recover here in this football game. Just nothing really going right, it seems, right now for FIU, for Keon Jenkins. But now he's going to toss it over the middle. That's a great throw and grab. A pretty wide open reception right there, as FIU is now inside the 25-yard line. They're going to give it now. That's a give to Shamari Lawrence up the middle. Lawrence has got a good gain, and he is down all the way near the 10-yard line at the 11. It's going to be first down and 10, so no first and goal just quite yet here. But FIU is on the move. It's another give here. This is Joseph going on the outside and getting a gain of 6, and yeah, keeping the ball on the ground may be a good idea here, at least initially in this game. But Jenkins is back to pass. He's going to fire it over the middle, and that is caught in the end zone. A touchdown for our tight end, Josiah Myman. And I believe that's his second or third touchdown reception of the season. And the big tight end there making the catch. And Florida International on the board here in the first quarter. So a good response drive after throwing that pick 6. We respond immediately and go down the field and score. And now FCS Southeast is on the field for the first time in this game. It's the first time we've seen them here. That's a run right up the middle there, going to the right side of the field. That is Jason Jeffrey on the carry right there. And, you know, he's at 31, number 31 there. We call the blitz up on this play, though. On 3rd and inches, we know what they're about, trying to run the ball, and we get a stop. So we get the ball back. We have a 3-and-out on our offensive possession with the football there, and that's a give to Xavier Craig there up the middle for a good run here. 4:45 on the clock there. It's a keeper here, a read option play, and there goes the quarterback. Devontae Wingate Johnson is this team's QB, and he just kept that one and got a huge gain on that play. Now all the way up to the 30-yard line is FCS here. Play action! We call the blitz up, and we're gonna get the pressure, a strip, and a recovery going down the other side on the field and being taken down. A good tackle right there by the defender, but a huge strip play right there and a recovery by Blades II. He had an interception last week against Florida Atlantic. Keegan Davis forcing a fumble right there on that play. And I believe that's his first forced fumble of the season. And he made a big play right there, but a massive recovery sets FIU up in prime field position. So Florida National is at the 17. That's a give up the middle. There goes Samoy Lawrence. And yeah, we've been able to run the ball. Lawrence has got 24 carries on 3 attempts already in this game. It's 1st and goal from the 7. That's a give. This time, though, FCS Southeast is all over it. Alvin Spencer is there in the backfield to take down Lexington Joseph behind the line of scrimmage. Now it's a 2nd down and goal from the 12. And it's a screen pass here, getting it out to Owens. Owens has some space, and Keyshawn Owens gets back up to the 5-yard line. So this is a big early 3rd down right here in this game with a tie game at 7 apiece. Jenkins in the backfield. Jenkins taking the snap, scrambling, rolling to the right. Jenkins has some space here, and he's going to take it in himself for the score. Touchdown at Keon Jenkins. With his 3rd rushing touchdown of the season this year already. And a great read there. A good job of just going outside of the pocket. Didn't really see anybody open on that play, and so he just took it in himself. And FIU is back on the board. Here in the 1st quarter, they have taken the lead 14-7. Good play there. Good scramble. I mean, that's a heads-up play on the offensive side. Now it's a give up the middle. There's a good hole for Jason Jeffrey, who's got a 1st down. Taken down in the 2nd level right there on that give. And Jeffrey's got 27 yards on 4 carries so far. It's a 2nd and inches. It's a toss play to the outside, and that's a good hole there. Opened up by the blocking Jason Jeffrey again with a good carry on the outside near midfield now for FCS Southeast. Running the ball really well. This is a read option play, and there's the keeper as Quintarius Bush has a good carry there. Or no, that's Devontae Wingate Johnson keeps it, and he's going to get a gain of about 10-15 yards now as FCS Southeast is up to the 31-yard line. Well, so here we go. It's another give, and up the middle again. My goodness, these holes are, I mean, they're just wide open for Jeffrey and the running lane. FCS Southeast has been able to run the ball very effectively against us in this 1st quarter, but not really that time. We kind of hold up to the pressure as we, call a blitz on that. I think it was a zone blitz anyway. Now it's a 3rd down and 8. And Bush is trying to go to the end zone here, and he's not going to find his man. That is an interception picked off and tranking up the other way. He's actually got a lot of room here, and he's across midfield, across the 40 to the 30-yard line. Can he beat out the defender? He can't. Oh, man, he goes all the way down to the 15-yard line. Wow, what a return right there by the defender. A huge play. JoJo Evans getting an interception there. And, man, what a play for JoJo Evans. That is his 2nd interception of the season. I believe his 2nd or his 3rd. Actually, it's his 3rd interception, I believe, of the year. And he almost took that one back to the house. So FIU is set up again in prime position here. There's going to be a pitch to the outside, and it doesn't work. I mean, I guess you got to pitch that sooner. That ball goes all the way out in the backfield. Luckily, goes out of bounds, but that sets FIU way back up here in the sticks. It's a 2nd and 25. Read option play right up the middle. This is a good hole there. Good blocking by our offensive line. KJ Owens' best run of the day. A gain of 10 there. Last play of the 1st quarter. 3rd down and 14. We're going to go to the left side, and it's caught for a touchdown. That's Eric Rivers on the left side of the field for his 3rd touchdown reception of the season so far. Strike to Eric Rivers there, and that ball was kind of underthrown, actually, to Rivers here, but it works out. The defender doesn't know where the ball is when it leaves Owens' hand there, and he just doesn't have a play on it. So, man, they have FIU 3 first-half touchdowns. That's going to be a really good run right here by Wingate Wilson. But there is a flag, and that looks like it's going to be against FCS Southeast. So, 3 touchdowns for FIU in the 1st half in this game. 2 of them were directly, basically, off of turnovers. So now it's a 3rd down and 20. And Wingate Johnson does not have a lot of room here, but he's going to find a wide open man as a break in the coverage there. We call the, cover 2, I believe, on this play. And there is a hole in the coverage there, wide open. Was that receiver? Now we're going to go down the middle, and this one is picked off. Good play. Jamal Potts with the interception down the field. 2nd one off of Wingate Johnson here in the first half. Good catch there. Good play on the ball. Potts gets his 2nd interception of the season there, the free safety, making the play. And a good one as another turnover. That's the 2nd interception of the game. We've already seen 3 turnovers, or no, we've seen 4 turnovers already because we got a fumble recovery in this game. Going down the field and deep, and a strike, it's caught! Wow, what a play right here! A huge catch. Shamari Lawrence on a seam route goes way down the middle, and he was wide open. And one play into this drive, and Jenkins has the FIU offense set up inside of the 10, a 62-yard pass play. And, I mean, really, just nobody accounts for the running back going up the seam on that play. And he's got a couple of steps on the defender. A massive reception, one of the longest throws that we've seen Jenkins have this season. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 4. There's a give, and no room to run. Absolutely stuffed. He's going to lose a few yards on that carry. Lexington Joseph had nowhere to go. And now it's a 3rd down and goal again from the 9-yard line here. Play action for Jenkins. He's going to go to the outside. That is going to be caught. I believe it is caught by Myman, but just nowhere to go. Not a lot of yards on that. So it's going to be a 4th down and goal. We're going to try for a field goal try here. This one is no good. And because Chase Gabriel, I believe, is our kicker, and he's just not had a good season this year. I'm just going to say that. That one just barely too far over to the left. So that's an empty possession, but luckily our defense comes up with a 3 and out. Stop! There is a throw over the middle, and a great play by Keon Longway for FCS Southeast there. It's a pick as, man, Jenkins trying to go over the middle. Not sure who the intended target was for that play, but he's going to throw his 2nd interception of the half. And, he's been playing really well. He was playing really well after that interception, after the pick 6 he was having a really good game. But, I mean, that was just a bad throw. Good play by the defender, but yeah, you can't risk that there as it's a 3rd down and 9. They're going to go short to the outside there. That's Kadarius Peterson. I mean, he catches it, but he's got nowhere to go, and so they're going to have to bring out the field goal. It seems at least our defense holds them here to 3 points. Oh, they're actually not going to score at all because that field goal is too far to the right and no good. So both teams missing out on a scoring chance here. Both teams missing a field goal in this 2nd quarter. The scoring has kind of slowed down here in this quarter. That's a throw out of the backfield, a halfback angle, and that's a good toss to Keyshawn Owens, who makes that play. He's got 37 yards through the air in receptions tonight. Now it's a 1st down and 10. Jenkins is going to go back to pass here on this play. He's going to fire it over the middle. He's got a receiver. That's Nezeviah Burris. He's got his first catch of the day. It's a gain of 10 yards. Big possession here as there's going to be a toss put to the outside, and it's a bad read. It's picked up by the defender. That's number 29, and he's going to recover that fumble. Jaden Towns with a fumble recovery. Man, I mean, it's a speed option play, and for the 2nd time in this game, Keyshawn Owens just does not get the ball out in time, and it's another turnover. Well, turnovers, they were the massive theme of our last game, and they just haven't gone away, it seems. We've turned the ball over 3 times now in this first half, as that's a run right up the middle. That's a really good game there on offense, as another run for their backup running back. As now back to pass is Wingate Wilson here. He's going to go to the air, but it's picked off. Intercepted near the back of the end zone. Bobby Salad Jr. has got his first pick of the season. Not sure where Wingate Wilson is going with that football there, but that's his third interception thrown in the first half. And, man, the INTs, I did turn this INT slider down before going into this game. It doesn't look like it's changed anything very much. We've still seen 4 turnovers by this FCS East offense already in this game, and we have 3 of our own. So just turnovers after turnovers in this half right now. This is an incredible catch. Oh my goodness. What a catch right there by number 19, Ross Fournette. First time we said his name today, but that was an incredible grab. Now it's another halfback angle toss play out. Another catch. I mean, that play works almost every time. John Owens gets a big gain on that one, and now it's a second down and we're under 2 minutes to go here in this quarter, and it's a screen pass to the outside, and that's a good gain, a gain of about 8 or 10 yards there for John Owens. He gets a first down on that play. A minute and a half to go here in this football game. That's a give right up the middle. Good run, physical run by Shamar Lawrence in this one. 34 yards on the ground today for him. Now 21-10, and now under a minute to go. We're going to give the ball. That's a run up the middle, and a touchdown for Lexington Joseph. A great run from about 15 yards out. Great blocking there, and he just gets in, he muscles his way into the end zone for another score. The first touchdown of the second half, or the second quarter, for FIU in this football game, and they get back in the end zone again. Joseph gets back in the end zone again, his first touchdown of the night. And I believe that's technically the second rushing touchdown of the game for FIU tonight. There's a throw over the middle, it's a deep ball. That one is intercepted. Nice play, Jamal Potts again coming up with that pick. That's his second of the game here, and he's got 3 picks on the season already this year, I believe. And yeah, his second of the game, the 4th interception thrown in this half by Wingate Wilson, who's looking like Keon Jenkins was in last week's game against Florida Atlantic. Yeah, I don't really know what to do about all these turnovers. I don't think it's really realistic that we have forced as many turnovers as we have this season. But, I try to turn the sliders down. It's not really doing much. I mean, FCS Southeast is not a great team, so maybe you expect more turnovers from them. But, a lot of offensive mistakes for both teams. We turned the ball over 3 times. 5 turnovers by FCS in this first half already. And that's been the tale of the season. That's been the tale of the last 2 games for FIU has been the turnovers there. That was a good catch there. Jordan Romaine making that play over the middle. So it's a 3rd down and 9, and if this team wants any chance, they needed to go on a drive right there, and we get pressure to the quarterback, and we force a punt here. Our offense goes 3 and out though. Play action for Wingate Wilson, who's going all the way to the backfield, and Wingate Wilson is taken down right at the end zone. Real time, I really don't know how this was not a safety. Honestly, it really looked like a safety when I played that game. And even when I watched that replay again. But not a safety apparently, but a big-time sack by our defense is going to force a punt from inside of the own end zone of SCS Southeast right here. So this is going to be hopefully going to give us some good starting field position here. Sitting and getting this punt and going inside of the 40 down near the 35-yard line. That's a great return right there. Jamal Potts actually was the guy on that return, and he sets FIU up very well. So 3rd and 5 from the 31-yard line here, and we're going to toss it over the middle. Good catch, but actually the receiver is going to be short. So it's a 4th and 1, and, we're up 18 right now. We're up 2 scores, and we're going to go kick the field goal here. Actually up 3 scores, and now we're going to go up by an even 21 points right there with that field goal kick. So it's 31-10. Defense gets a stop Offense is back out there. 2nd down and 14. Good play right there, and that was a good game. But, I mean, Keyshawn Owens Keyshawn Owens almost broke that for another huge gain. 100 pass completions this year for Keon Jenkins already. Now it's a 3rd down and 3. Going to try to go up the middle, but actually FCS Southeast is going to get a big-time stop right there. So a big tackle by their defense. Now we're going to move ahead a little bit in this 3rd quarter. FCS Southeast is driving at the moment. They're going to go with a screen pass here to the outside. And getting a 1st down, making a move towards the middle of the field is the receiver. That was a great catch and run right there on that screen pass, and they actually get a new set of downs. So FCS Southeast, I mean, they got to score on this possession if they want to have any chance in this game. There's a give up the middle. That's a great wide open hole for their running back, and that's number 5, Lou Redmond, making that play. So now it's a 3rd down and goal from the 5-yard line. Wingate Johnson over the middle. He's got his receiver. That's Kadarius Peterson making the grab and getting in the end zone. It's actually the first offensive touchdown that FCS Southeast has scored yet in this football game, and it keeps them in the game now. So final play of the 3rd quarter here on 3rd down and 11, and FIU is in to the backfield, and we take Wingate Wilson down for a sack. So it's going to be a 4th and 15. It's going to be a punt. That's the 3rd one of the game for FIU in this one. Jeremy Passmore was one of the guys right in the mix for this sack. It's going to be shared between him, and actually that might be a solo sack for Jeremy Passmore. I'm not sure, but either way, we're done with 3 quarters here in this football game, and only 3 points in that quarter for FIU. The offense wasn't very effective in that quarter, but 300 passing yards and 3 touchdowns total for Keon Jenkins today. You know, his yardage is pretty good. He's played okay. He's played a lot better than he played against Florida Atlantic, that's for sure, but there's a big-time sack. Jaden Towns gets in there with the stop. He's, of course, had that big fumble recovery. There's a toss to the outside, and on 3rd and 10, we're going to convert. Josiah Myman with a huge grab right there and a monster 1st down. You know, at this point for FIU, we're trying to milk the clock, and it's a 4th down and 4 here, and that kick is not really going to be that close. 2nd miss of the game for Chase Gabriel, and yeah, that one not close there. I did not move the needle enough, but our defense does in fact get a stop again, so we have the football back, and I mean, this drive could basically seal the deal. This is a good catch and run. Rocky Beer is making the play there. That's only his 3rd catch of the game tonight, but he goes for 32 yards on that play. Now it's a 1st and 10, and then this is a Wildcat formation. You have Keyshawn Owens. That's going to be a pass play, technically, and this is a good run, actually, and a good play inside of the 30-yard line and down to the 25. So both the running backs kind of helping each other out right there on that play. And now it's going to be a 3rd down and 7. As Jenkins is back to pass, he's going to go over the middle. That one is caught. That is going to be a 1st down. And that's JoJo Lewis with his 1st catch of the day so far for 9 yards. You know, this drive is basically to seal the game for us right now. There's a give to Joseph up the middle. Lexington Joseph nearly gets into the end zone right there on that carry. He's got 65 yards and a touchdown on the ground. And FIU right now looking to seal this football game, wrap it up, and put it in the books right here, basically. 1st down and goal from the 3. Here comes the snap. It's a toss to the outside. That's Lawrence. He's got the edge, and he's got a touchdown. Shamoy Lawrence, that's his 1st of the game. And Florida International puts together the game-finishing touchdown drive that they needed right there on that play. So a good drive by Florida International, and that's the best drive that we've seen them have in this entire 2nd half, basically, from start to finish. But now, you know, still 3 minutes left. It still seems like a lot of time, but now it's a 4th down and 12 for FCS Southeast here. And Wingate Wilson is going to step up in the pocket. He's still got time, and he's got a wide open receiver right there down the middle. Caleb Sheffield wide open as, again, a calling cover 2, and there's a hole in the coverage right there, and we just don't pick that receiver up. So a big play. And FCS Southeast is trying to drive. They're trying to stay in this football game right now here. As Willie Wilson is under pressure. He's going to be taken down, though. He just kept backing up, and now it's a 3rd down and 5 after a good gain on 2nd down and 18. Now Willie Wilson back to pass. He's going to go over the middle. That one is caught. Another good catch by Kadarius Peterson. He's been definitely the go-to guy, wide receiver-wise, for FCS Southeast in this game, and now they're down to the 1. So here's a snap with under 2 minutes to go. Wingate Wilson is just going to go up the middle, and he's going to have an easy lane untouched to the end zone for a touchdown. So running touchdown up the middle. FCS Southeast puts together a really good drive right there. But, you know, they're still down 14 points here. They still got to get this onside kick, and they're not going to, as recovering that kick right there is number 32 for us. That's Bobby Solid Jr. recovering the onside. And, you know, they force a 3-and-out for us. They don't have any more timeouts now in this game at this point. And there is a huge sack, and Wiggy Wilson is actually hurt, shaken up after that play, as Claude Larkins gets his first sack of the season. So now a minute left to go, 3rd down and 24. And stepping up in the pocket is his quarterback. He's just going to go trying to over the middle, and actually that one is caught. Maybe it should have been an interception, but I did not play the football well there as a defender. So now it's a 3rd down and 10, and back up the middle. There's another sack, 8 of them in this football game, and I believe that one was Cole Gustafson getting up the middle and taking down the quarterback. So Wingate Wilson is back in the football game. It's now a 4th and 16. This is really the last play of the game. Going to the outside, and it's caught, but a great tackle there. Number 41 on the defense, getting the tackle and holding the game, and that's going to be it as we take the knee and win this one. So we win this one by 2 scores, a 2-touchdown victory over FCS Southeast here, and we do recover, have a good bounce-back week, as Keon Jenkins, 3 touchdowns total, 2 through the air, 1 through the ground, 369 passing yards today. You know, there were still some mistakes in this game that we want to clean up going forward, but overall this was a good bounce-back game, and we're now back to 500 at 2-2 after that win. So we're going to look at the box score, look at the stats really quickly in this one, but you know, really, we got off to a hot start. We scored 21 in that first quarter, and only, 17 after that first quarter, but still, we had this game in control for pretty much the entire way. We gave up 551 yards on total offense, though, and 407 passing yards. Not great. We ran the ball well, though, 133 yards on the ground and 3 touchdowns, and then 2 more through the air. 32 completions in this game for Keon Jenkins, 387 passing yards. Or no, not 387 passing yards total, not all Keon Jenkins actually, as we'll see later in these stats. But we were pretty good on 3rd down, 52% there, 1 for 1 in our 4th down conversions in this game. Red zone was okay. We had one red zone trip at least. That was certainly, it was a missed field goal and a missed opportunity. But we still turned the ball over 3 times. I would like to have a game when we don't do that. Under 3 turnovers would be necessarily ideal. I mean, obviously 0 turnovers would be totally ideal, but under 3 would be really nice to see us accomplish this season. 5 turnovers forced in this football game for us. As you see, Keon Jenkins, 161 rating. I mean, he played okay in this football game. I mean, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. We also haven't seen him throw more than 2 picks in a game yet this year either. But, 31 for 40. I mean, the completion percentage was really good for him, actually, in this game. Only 9 incompletions. And then Wingate Wilson had, 350 yards, a touchdown, 4 picks, though, for him on his ledger. We go to the rushing, and the rushing was good in this game. We ran the ball pretty effectively. Lexington Joseph had 68 yards with 16 carries and a rushing touchdown. Owens had, 47 yards on the ground. No score for him, though. Shamari Lawrence, 51 yards and a rushing touchdown. And Jenkins, because of the sacks, he only You know, he got negative 33 rushing yards, but he did have a touchdown on the ground as well. And then we go to the receiving here, and Keyshawn Owens had the best day through the air for us. He had 10 catches for 88 yards in this one. Josiah Myman, though, had a good day. 7 catches for 50 yards, including a touchdown score. Eric Rivers had probably his best and most productive game of the season for him. 5 catches, 72 yards, and a touchdown. Beers had 3 for 32. Then you go down the line there. And yeah, Peterson kind of killed us in this game. He had 130 receiving yards and a touchdown in this one. Chandler had a good game as well for us. And blocking, you know, only allowed 3 sacks, which is actually good for us. That's a lot better than what we have had in the season to this point. Jeremy Passmore had 2 sacks in this game. I believe that his first couple of the season. Keegan Davis had 1.5 sacks. Giovanni Davis had 1.5 sacks as well. Claude Larkins had his first sack of the year. Cole Gustafson had another sack as well. He's been just on fire to begin this season. And JoJo Evans and Hill also had half a sack. So we saw Jamal Potts get 2 interceptions in this game. And then we saw JoJo Evans get an interception, and he returned 90 yards almost to the house. Probably saw the junior also had an interception as well for us on the defensive end. As our defense, you know, played really well, honestly, for the most part. I mean, yeah, our pass defense wasn't the greatest in this game, but, you know, they did enough in this one as Eddie Rose the third had a fumble recovery. So that's going to be the end of that game. Now we're going to go to our second game of the day and the conference opener right here between FIU and Louisiana Tech. As both teams go into this game 2-2 on the season. There's FIU running out on the home field, and there's Louisiana Tech running out their road uniforms right now, and we have the gold pants in this football game. As here we go to get this one started. Conference opener with Louisiana Tech is actually 1-2 so far on this season. And on the return is number 7 there. And he's going to get out to the 19-yard line. This is stats for Keon Jenkins, 13-69 on the yard, 6 touchdowns, 2 interceptions on the season. And you look at us, I mean, we allow 510 yards per game. Yikes, that's a little bit much there. Our defense is probably ranked towards the bottom of the league in the FBS here, but we'll see what happens in the first snap, and Keon Jenkins is trying to make some adjustments here at the line of scrimmage as the clock running down, 3 seconds, and off the edge immediately is Jadon Burnett. Wow, they call up the blitz on him, and he just goes right up the middle untouched and gets into the quarterback's face. As scrambling now is Jenkins. He's going to get a decent amount of that back. He gets 10 yards up the middle there on that run, but it's not going to be enough to get the first down. So we punt it back to Louisiana Tech, and they have 399 yards per game, 13 first downs per game, 3 touchdowns, per game. And they are led by quarterback Jack Turner, number 10 there. And there is Marquise Crosby, their running back. And he's going to immediately put it on the ground. A fumble that is picked up by our defense. Wow, how about our defense coming in and immediately making a huge play. Brian Blades, the second, picks up the fumble. That's his first fumble recovery of the season here. And Reggie Patterson, the senior, strips the football away from Crosby. So immediately, FIU with a turnover and with the ball near midfield after that play. So man, Jenkins is set up really well and really nicely here. First snap of this drive, it's a give up the middle to Shamari Lawrence. That's a good gain. I mean, Lexington Joseph actually got that carry. I'll take that every time. A gain of 6 there for him. And they go right back to Joseph. He's got the edge. He breaks away from the defender. Joseph's got a lot of space here trying to make a move to the inside. He goes inside of the 10-yard line. A huge run right there. 24-yard carry, I believe. by Lexington Joseph here on his second run of the game. 35-yard run, actually, for him. And, yeah, just got the edge, beat out number 21 there on the defensive side. And if he makes that move on the defender, he might be going into the end zone. So now it's a second down and goal set up here. And it's a give. Shamoy Lawrence going up the middle and not getting into the end zone there. Now 2 yards away. Goal line stand trying to be made here by Louisiana Tech, but we're going to go right back to the run. And Shamoy Lawrence right up the middle, untouched, into the end zone. So FIU does indeed cash in off of that turnover and the fumble recovery, and we get in the end zone for the first score of the game. So now Jack Turner's back out on the offense on 3rd and 9! Facing pressure and a sack from our free safety, CJ Christian. That's his first sack of the year. We bring him on a blitz from the outside, and nobody picks him up, and the coverage is good enough that he ends up getting there and getting to the quarterback to be able to bring him down. So there's a punt from Louisiana Tech, and now FIU's got the football back. Our defense has been playing really well. On a 3rd down and 2, we're going for a deep shot, and we have the receiver! What a play! Eric Rivers! Coming off a game with 7 catches against FCS last week, and he makes another huge play. 3rd or 4th touchdown of the season for him, and a 50-plus yard strike from Keon Jenkins. Wow, look at this throw. I mean, it doesn't look like a lot of separation there immediately upon first glance. I mean, when I threw that football, I mean, I knew, Rivers is going to have to make a play in order to catch this ball. Not a lot of space here. I mean, he doesn't beat out the defender immediately, but the magic happens right here when the ball is thrown. The defender's eyes kind of get lost. He's looking for the football, and that's where Eric Rivers makes his move to the inside and gets some space and is able to catch that football. What a play right there by Eric Rivers. So immediately FIU here, a big play and a big turnover. They're up 14-0 in this game, and we have that run play snuffed out completely. Eliza Anderson-Taylor takes him down behind the line, and it's a 4th down. Another punt situation here for Louisiana Tech. That punt is up in the air. It's caught by... it's caught there on the defensive, well, it's caught there on the punt return, but we're actually going to have this one coming back. So that's going to be running into the kicker. Bobby Solid Jr. there cannot hold him back and does, in fact, run into the punter. And I turned this penalty off after this game because that's still an issue that NCAA 25 has not fixed. That penalty is called way too often. But watch what happens here. What an interception by Brian Blades. My goodness, this catch was absolutely insane and probably should not have really been a pick. I'm not going to lie. This was kind of a glitchy interception, if we're going to be honest. This ball could have been easily knocked down. Brian Blades, though, making some plays. He's got a fumble recovery and now his second interception of the season. But, yeah, that one, I don't know, man. That one was a little bit crazy. He goes in there, reaches in with one hand, apparently, and takes that football away. Kind of a glitchy interception there. So I didn't really like to see that. But, I mean, I guess we'll take it. Starting field position at the 48. We are really having a great starting field position in this game. A nice scramble right here by Jenkins, who tries to dive. I pressed the square button to try and have him slide there, and instead he jumps up in the air and he, like, helicopters. That could have been a dangerous play. That's an injury probably 9 times out of 10 that happens. But we go to Jenkins on the screen pass right there, and that was a really good play. Marquia John Owens and goes in the screen, and he has a really nice gain. So it's setting up on a 3rd down and 2. It's a run up the middle with Lawrence, but Louisiana Tech is going to stand up to that running play and is going to actually stop us on 3rd down. Our coach wants to go for this one here, but we are going to elect to take the points and kick the field goal. We're up 17-0 here in this first quarter. It's been a dominant quarter for both our offense and defense so far. but this game definitely far from over. As here's the give. That's a good run. Marquise Crosby has some space, and he's got a first down carry of 10 yards. Down up to the 45-yard line. 7-4-31 on the ground. Now it's a second down and 6 as Turner is back in the air. He's going to go to the outside. That one is caught. That's number 9, Marleon Jackson there on the outside. He's making that catch, and he's got a first down inside of the 25-yard line. Now is Louisiana Tech. They are going to go right back up the middle, and Eliza Anderson-Taylor making that tackle, but not before a good 5-yard gain by Crosby. And now it's a third down and 1. A third and short. That's what you want if you're an offense. And it's a give to Crosby. He's got the first down. And he's got 50 yards rushing right now on the ground. So under 3 minutes to go in this first quarter. Here's a 1st and 10. Turner's back to pass. Turner fires to the end zone. He's got an open receiver. And that is caught. To Coldis Crawford going over the middle on an in route in the end zone, and he's wide open. Turner and Crawford connect, and Louisiana Tech is on the board. So they're going to put together a touchdown drive, and they really needed that touchdown drive right there to get right back in this football game. They are definitely right back in it. Good catch and throw. So how does FIU respond here on third down and 10? And they're going to go to the air. It's going to be caught, and almost near the first down is Dean Patterson. He doesn't actually get to the first down marker, though, and it's going to be 4th and 1. And, I mean, we're in our own territory. We're going to have to put that away. So Louisiana Tech does get a stop there on third down. Now 3rd and 1, and that's a give up the middle. I mean, an easy first down gain for Marquise Crosby on that play for sure. First quarter winding down here. 1st down and 10. Turner's back to pass. He's going to go over the middle. It's a deep ball, and it's caught. Oh, boy, there goes Marlon Jackson. Nobody's next to him. He is going to go all the way into the end zone and score. Wow, a monster big play from Louisiana Tech now here in the first quarter. And I don't really know how that happened. We had 3 defenders right there in that area to try and knock this football away, but just good timing on this route. And I mean, you see 3 guys right there, but I mean, it's a corner route, and he catches that in space, and some confusion there. It looks like in the backfield, and Jackson makes it possible and goes all the way into the end zone. And there's a run up the middle. Not a lot there on the give by Owens, but man, what an interesting first quarter here. First quarter in the beginning dominated by FIU. Got out really to a quick start, 17-0. Had first two turnovers, but 2 back-to-back big scoring drives by Jack Turner, and the Louisiana Tech offense have put them right back in this game up by 3. As it's a 3rd down and 5. That's a huge catch right there by Josiah Myman, who had a big touchdown reception last week, and he catches that one through traffic. Only a second catch of the game. 1st down and 10. Jenkins is back to pass. Here he goes over the middle. It's a quick pass over the middle, and it's caught there. Nice play. Nizavia Burris making that grab for a new set of downs. That's a 3rd down and 3 at midfield, basically. That's a give up the middle, and a push at the very end. It makes Lawrence cross the first down marker, and he gets a first down. Good offensive line push right there to get the yards that they needed. 2nd down, first down now. Under 10 minutes to play in the second quarter. There's a throw over the middle. That is going to be caught. Really good catch right there by Rocky Beers over the middle. Our tight end. It's the first time we've said his name in first catch for him in this football game. Now it's a 2nd down and 3. And we're going to go over the middle. That's a catch. Nice grab by Keyshawn Owens on the halfback angle route there. The first time we called that play in this game. Now it's a 1st down and 10. And here's a give to Joseph to the right side of the field. Joseph has some space. Joseph is going towards the goal line. And he is going to get in to the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers. 24-yard run by Lexington Joseph. Great blocking here downfield. And he got the corner, going into that and passing that pylon to the end zone. 72 yards for him in this first half already. Well, Louisiana Tech, we forced a 3 and outs, but here's what happens again. Oh my goodness, it's Jamal Potts. He guts that, but guess what? It's another running into the kicker penalty. 2 drives in this football game have been extended because of that penalty. And the first time a drive was extended for Tech, after that they did actually throw a turnover. They threw a pick a couple of plays later, but now they have a new set of downs and new life in this drive. They're going to go to the outside, a quick pass and a strike to True Edwards there. First time we said his name, but 144 yards through the air already. I mean, Jack Turner kind of torching us right now through the air. So second down and 13, and he had enough space and enough time to get it out to True Edwards again. Man, we called up the blitz. We almost had him for the sack, but we do not get there in time. Now Turner's going to go back to the air again, and that's another good play. And now it's to set up a third down and very short. I mean, this is what you want to do with your Tech here, is set yourself up third down in very manageable positions here. Gonna get in the middle, in the backfield. What a huge tackle right there. Oh my goodness. A massive tackle upends Turner. And a big-time stop on third down and inches, and we're going to force a field goal. So we knew what was coming on that play. We knew they were wanting to go on the ground on third and short, and we get the stop. We force 3 from Tech. So it's a touchdown lead for us now. We have the football here. That's a toss play to the outside, and this is going to be a good play. Nice move, actually. Really good cut in the inside by Owens to get a good amount of yards. He's only got 4 carries. Only has 19 yards on the day. But we've utilized him in the receiving game. We're going to do that here on a third down and 9, a screen play. He gets the first down, going up the middle. A huge gain right there. Big time play with under 6 minutes left on this second quarter clock now. And second down and 10 here after an incompletion on first down. A nice toss over the middle. Good catch right there as Burris had a couple of steps on the defender. And he makes that grab. And man, Keyshawn Jenkins, maybe one of his best performances through the air so far in this game this season. There's another good pass play. And Josiah Myman that time on a tight end cross pattern is wide open and makes the catch. That might have actually been, that was play action, I believe. So now it's a first down and 10. Now they're near the 15. And Jenkins is trying to scramble here immediately. He had an open receiver. He had R1 wide open. That would have been probably a touchdown if he completes that. But he kind of scrambled and kind of freaked out in the pocket. Now it's a third down and 11 here. And once again, doesn't have anywhere to go. And he's going to be taken down for a sack. Second 2.5 already for Burnett. Jordan Burnett on the defense for the Bulldogs here. He's having a big impact in this first half. And so he forces a field goal. And Chase Gabriel gets that one there, right down the middle. And it's a 10-point lead now for FIU. So Turner back to pass here. He goes through the air. Good catch. And some space created right there by Abdul Fattah Ibrahim in that catch there. That's the first time I said his name in this game. But I think that's not his first catch. Not only his first catch of the game. That's a pass over the middle. Nate Jones, their tight end, makes that grab and gets a big gain. Third down and 3, play action here. Oh my goodness, we had a defender right in the area right there. That was almost an interception by Eliza Anderson-Taylor, a middle linebacker. But it's still, anyways, a completion and a read option play, and making the right read is Jack Turner and going into the end zone for the score. So a big time drive right there by Louisiana Tech. They are going to get in the end zone again. And now the lead is only a field goal. Yeah, I mean, we totally bid on that run play. That was a good play call there. Excuse me, there was a good play call there near the end zone. Now it's a third down and 10 here. We're nearing 2 minutes to go. Over the middle, Rocky Beers has the catch, but not a lot of yards there, and that's going to be a 3 and out. So Louisiana Tech's defense has been a little rocky at points in this game, but they do, in fact, stop us there. They have had a couple of bigger stops as we're nearing the end of this first half here. And quick up to the line goes Louisiana Tech here. Let's see, trying to call a defense as Turner's back to pass. Turner's got some time here, but he's not going to run. He's going to run out of it eventually, as that's a sack. Getting in the backfield and taking him down. Right there was number 54 for us. And a good play there. So that is going to force a punt. And we're going to take a timeout here. We're just over a minute to go. As there's Jamal Potts. He's going to make that catch, and he's not going to go anywhere. But 1 minute, 11 seconds left. That's not a lot of time, but maybe it is sometime. Let's see what happens on this first down play. There's a throw over the middle, and it is caught. Great catch in traffic right there. And that is going to actually give us enough momentum to try and score here at the end of the half. Huge play right there as we're near the 40-yard line here. A minute left on the game. And there's a short pass, but a good gain. And actually a gain of 10 yards, a new set of downs. A good job to get to the sticks right there by Josiah Myman. So a new set of downs. The clock starts running again here as we have a man, a wide receiver in motion. As that was Rocky Beers, and now scrambling is Jenkins. He's got the first down. Jenkins is going to hold on to the ball. He's got a good game there. Scrambling, now 37. Now at the 37-yard line. 36 seconds and counting. First down and 10, and Jenkins is scrambling again. Jenkins looks. Jenkins is going to fire over the middle. He's got an open man. Eric Rivers had a step on the defender there, and he makes a huge catch inside of the 30-yard line. Now only 22 seconds. Here's a second down and 2. It's a running play. We go up the middle with Lawrence. Shamar Lawrence almost gets into the end zone. No, Lexington Joseph almost gets into the end zone. My goodness, he's down to the 1. And we're going to call a timeout. Look at how close he was. Inches away from the end zone. First down and goal from the 1. Here's a snap. It's a running play. And we call Kenyon Jenkins' number on the quarterback sneak, and he gets into the end zone for a touchdown. Third or fourth, I believe it's his 4th rushing score of the season for Keon Jenkins. He had one last week against FCS, and you get into the end zone, and that's going to be the end of the first half. That was a huge drive right there, by the way, for us. Get the football with 1 minute and 11 seconds left, and we go all the way down the field and score. So 10-point game here for FIU at halftime, and both offenses doing a lot in that football game. Both teams 245 passing yards at the moment, but we have 147 rushing yards as well in this game. We've been running the ball effectively on top of our good passing, and I mean, I'm not even gonna go there, but there's been another big area that we have performed in very well as well in that first half. Don't want to say anything else about that, but there's a good keeper right there by Jack Turner on the quarterback on the read option there. He gets a gain of, I think 15 or so on that play, and second down and 10 over the middle. That is going to be caught. That's a good catch over the middle right there. Security in traffic, and Louisiana Tech running up to the line, trying to kind of catch FIU off guard with a change of pace here on offense. And they're going to go to the outside, and that's a great tackle right there by Hezekiah Massis, making a good play on the outside to stop that player very short and not get him a lot of yards. Now it's a third down and 11, and scrambling is Turner. He's not got a lot of room. He runs out of it. He's going to throw it away. So 4th and 11, and they're going to punt the football away. So we have the ball now, first down and 10. As Jenkins is back to pass, and Jenkins is taken down. Keenan Landry gets a huge sack for Louisiana Tech, and it's a 3rd and 16 now. So play action. It's going to be a screen pass. We're going to get it outside, and that's a good gain. He actually fumbles it here. He loses the ball. Ross Fournette had it, and then he lost it. I don't know, though. That was a close play, and we're actually going to challenge it here. Throwing the challenge flag. This is the first time I've done this in this franchise, but it really looked like he was down. This is going to be a good look for us. And yeah, it looks like he was down. He was down pretty easily right here, so this call should be reversed, and it is. Yes, it is. So no fumble there. That would have been an absolute disaster, but it is a 4th down anyway. We have to punt this football away. So already 7 minutes left in this third quarter. Turner is under pressure, and he's sacked again. 3rd and 1 of the game for us, and the second of the game for C.J. Christian. Again, only his second sack of the season for him here. We just haven't talked about C.J. Christian at all yet this year. He doesn't have he's one of the few guys on our defensive end, one of our few safeties and corners that doesn't have a pick yet this season. Now it's a 3rd down and 12 after that big-time loss. Turner's back to pass again. He goes over the middle, and it's caught by Nate Jones, but he doesn't have a lot of nowhere really to go after the catch is made, and they're going to be a few yards short. So both teams, and that's a fumble, and it is picked up. Oh man, that was a screen pass, a wide receiver screen that got really broken up right there, and the football was stripped away from Jenkins. And I mean, a lot of negative plays in this 3rd quarter for Florida International. This quarter has not been good for either one of these offenses, honestly, as FIU is going to have to put the football away again for the 3rd time in this 3rd quarter. So 2 minutes, 17 seconds on the clock as Louisiana Tech has got the football, goes to the outside, an open receiver there who could have gotten even more yards with that catch was Abdul Fattah Ibrahim. He could have gone even further on that play, but it's a new set of downs for Louisiana Tech. They're going to go over the middle again. That's a completion and a catch there. Marlon Jackson, really his first big catch since that touchdown catch that he had. Under a minute to go now. There's a give to Crosby. This is his best run of the quarter by far here. Goes right up the middle and gets a big-time gain all the way down to the 20. Crosby's gotten over 100 yards on the day as Turner's back to pass here. Turner gets sacked, taken down. 4th of the game for us, and a big-time sack by Giovanni Davis, who's really been our defensive superstar, honestly, this season. I mean, he just continues to get pressure on the quarterback every week. I'm not sure how many sacks he has this season, but he's got at least like over 5 or something like that already this year. It's kind of crazy. 1.5 in this football game. And, man, we're about to go into the 4th quarter here, unless they snap this football as the clock winds down. They're not going to get a snap off, so we're going to go to the 4th quarter. Still up by 10, but Louisiana Tech in good position. They have the football. They're on the move right now as 296 passing yards for Jack Turner so far, 267 for Jenkins. But, you know, our defense gets that stand. That sack was huge. And at 4th and 15, they try for a field goal, and they miss it. Wow, that is a huge miss right there on that kick. They come up with nothing on that drive. So we're going to get the ball back here, still up by 10. So here we go, a 1st down and 10. There's a snap to Jenkins. He's going to try and pitch it, but he loses the ball. No way, it's picked up by the defense, and they're going to score. Jaden Burnett was right in there. He forced the fumble, and he picks it up and takes it to the house. Oh, what a huge play by Louisiana Tech's defense right there. And we went 3 whole quarters without a turnover, and that one is absolutely massive. A fumble, I mean, you just got to pitch that ball right away. Oh, man, I like the speed option. I mean, it's worked most of the time I've called it, but you might have to hold off on calling that play because we had a couple of instances in the FCS game where that was a fumble as well. So I just need to either get better at reading that play, or we're just going to have to not really call it as much. Keyshawn Owens, though, making a good catch and run. You know, FIU's offense has really been all but shut down in this second half right now in the 3rd quarter. But that is a huge turnover to get them right back in the game. There's a give up the middle. That's not a lot there on that run for Keyshawn Owens, who's got 43 yards, or averages 43 yards per game. I'm not sure how many he has actually there. It showed up on that graphic, but on a 3rd and 1, Shamari Lawrence almost didn't get the 1st down. He only has 14 rushing yards today on the ground. He does have a rushing score. That was a huge 1st down, though. And, you know, this is the biggest drive of the football game right here for FIU. They're trying to punch it in. This is a good run, though. Really good run by Lexington Joseph, who's had a really good day on the ground. He is near the century mark on the ground. So now it's a screen pass here, looks like, and this is going to be a good screen. Keyshawn Owens has some space. Keyshawn Owens has got a 1st down. down near the 10-yard line. And Jenkins now over 300 yards passing again in this game. We got 3 minutes left. We're going to go to the ground again, but that's going to be, going to go nowhere. And there was a penalty on first down that backed us up, so now it's a 3rd and 17 right there after that negative play. So, 3rd down and 17, nearing the 2-minute warning here. Jenkins is going to back to pass, and they're going to go with a screen pass. Owens has got some space, but Owens is not going to get the first down, and he's going to be stopped at the 7. And a big-time decision is going to have to come up here for our head coach, and it looks like we're going to go for this. Trying to seal the game with 2 minutes left here. 4th and 6 from the 7. We're going to go, trying to go into the end zone, and it's intercepted! It is picked off. Cedric Woods in the end zone. The last thing that Florida International needed right there was an interception. An incompletion. They get the ball at the 7-yard line. They're going to have to go down the field for you. But now they're going to get the football at the 20-yard line. This is a massive mistake, and their wide receiver was open. If Keyshawn Owens throws this ball just a second before he actually releases it, this is going to be a touchdown. He throws it right here, but he throws it too late. He throws it just a millisecond too late. And by that time, Cedric Woods is there to make the play. Man, what a big play by Cedric Woods in this defense. Now, Florida International's defense is going to have to come up with a huge stop right here on this drive. All Louisiana Tech needs to do is get into field goal range. Their kicker has already missed 1 field goal earlier today in this game. 1:53 seconds on 2nd down and 10. It's a screen pass to Crosby. He's got a lot of yards. He fumbles it, actually. It's going to go out of bounds, though. Man, oh, man. So now it's a 3rd down and 6. It's 4-down territory, you would think, for Louisiana Tech, although they still have all 3 of their timeouts. We'll see what happens here. 3rd down and 6. Jack Turner is going over the middle. He's got his receiver, and he's got a first down. Oh, man, that's a huge 3rd down conversion right there. So now it's a 2nd down and 2 with 1.5 minutes left to play. Throwing over the middle. He's got his receiver. That's a catch by Ibrahim right there. A gain of 8. Now it's a 3rd down and 2. Another monster 3rd down right here with the clock ticking. Nearing a minute to go. Turner's back to pass here. Turner's still looking. Turner goes over the middle and off to the right side of the field. He's got his receiver for a first down. 2 huge conversions for the Bulldogs as they go hurry up. The clock now is sitting at 1 minute to go. Turner is back to pass. Turner's scrambling a little bit here. He's got nowhere to throw it. Good coverage downfield by Florida International, and they throw it. They only need probably about 30 more yards or so to get into field goal range. 2nd down and 10. Oh, good play. Knocked down by our defender right there. And now it's 3rd down. This is definitely, it's now 4-down territory. No matter what for Louisiana Tech. They go back to pass, and they have a man. Oh, man, it's caught. Huge play down the field. A monster conversion, and, Louisiana Tech is probably in field goal range now after that play. They give it to Crosby. Crosby's got some space. He's going to pick up 7 yards, and they're definitely in field goal range now. 2nd down and 3 with 48 seconds left. 1 timeout to go. Turner is back to pass. Turner now scrambling. Turner's going to be taken down and sacked. Oh, man, the defense coming up with a huge loss of yards. Now they're at the 34-yard line. And, Louisiana Tech needs a pretty big gain now with 30 seconds on the clock. Turner's looking. He's got some time, and he's going to throw it over the middle. He had him. That's the wide receiver. That's the tight end, Nate Jones, over the middle. He's got the catch, and with 24 seconds, they're lining up to kick the field goal to tie the game, and the kick is up, and it does get on and through the left upright, and is good. And we are tied at 34. Man, that drive, that would have been an incredible drive for us, but, man, you just go back to that play. That was a huge turnover. You don't get it there. You force them to go a long way to get into field goal range. But we're going to overtime in this game. It's put up or shut up time right now. We had a great first 3 quarters in terms of limiting those turnovers, but man, that 4th quarter was brutal. Now we go to overtime, and The rules have changed a little bit here in the overtime period. The first overtime is the same as it used to be, a touchdown, a field goal, but second overtime, you got to go for 2 if you score a touchdown, as that's a give to the outside, and Shamar Lawrence just had no room right there. He actually loses a yard. So it's a 2nd down and 11 now. And they're going to go to the air again. That's a pass to the outside, and that's a pretty decent gain. We'll take that. Only a gain of 4 yards, but now it's a 3rd down and 7. 3rd and pretty manageable for us right now. And here we go. Biggest play of the game to this point at the 22. Here comes the snap to Jenkins. He's going to go over the middle. He can't get the ball out, though, because he is taken down and sacked by, guess who? Jadon Burnett. What a game he's had today so far in this one. As now out to kick is Chase Gabriel, and this kick is terrible. My goodness. I really muffed that kick up a lot, but that's a huge miss. Wow. Now Louisiana Tech, they only need a field goal in this game to win it now. Points of any kind for them win the game, and this is a good run by Crosby, who's inside of the 15-yard line. And now Louisiana Tech is set up in prime winning position. They give to Crosby. We're all over that running play right there, though. That's a loss of 3 yards. So it's a 2nd and 13. Here we go. The 2nd and 13. It's a pass. Turner is scrambling. Turner's going to get taken down. A sack by Cole Gustafson again, I believe. That's number 50. Yes, it is. And now it's a 4th and 20, and they're going to kick the field goal for the win. It is no good! It bounces off of the left post, and it's no good! Oh my goodness, the 2nd miss field goal kicking-wise for this kicker today, and that one was to win it. So now now we're going to a 2nd overtime. What a crazy game we have here in the conference opener right now. Oh my goodness, we're still playing. That was a good game though on 2nd down. Now it's a 3rd down and 3. Turner's got nowhere to go and he just throws it away. Great coverage right there from our defense, and they're going to force another field goal. This kicker just missed a game-winning attempt, and here we go with a 4th and 3 field goal to take Louisiana Tech ahead, and that kick is up and it's good. First lead of the game for the Bulldogs tonight, 37-34. 2nd down and 8 here for FIU. A touchdown wins it for us. We're going to go with a screen pass, and up to middle there. It's a 1st down. Good play on 2nd and 8 there by Keyshawn Owens to get us a new set of downs. 1st and 10. Here comes the snap. It's a give to Owens. Owens up the middle. Not a ton there. Only a gain of a few. Dominating time of possession in this football game right now, but now it's a 2nd and 7. Scrambling to the outside, and no! Jenkins is taken down for a sack! Oh, man, that's frustrating. You got to throw that football away, man. You got to play to live another down. Now it's a 3rd and super long for you here. And this is a big play. Here's the snap to Jenkins. He's going to go over the middle, trying to go into the end zone, and it is intercepted. Jeremiah Copeland, the corner, had that play read. It was a stick and nod, and Jenkins was trying to go for it all on 3rd and 17, and that's how the football game ends. The Bulldogs pull off a stunning comeback and a huge win to open up conference play in the CUSA. And Jadon Burnett had a ridiculous game. 5.5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, including a fumble recovery that was in the end zone. That play was maybe the biggest of the game. I mean, we were still up by 10 at that point, and, they had just missed a field goal. They had just missed an opportunity to get points, and that only brought them to within 3. Some critical mistakes when the game mattered and when it was on the line the most in this one for us. We had multiple chances to win, and honestly, on this play, you know what? This receiver looked open. I mean, this was a really awesome play by Jeremiah Copeland, but I'm not going to beat myself up too much about this because this was, if I threw a bullet here, that might have been a completion. Honestly, that's what I needed to do. Needed to throw a bullet pass right there as soon as that receiver came open over the middle, but I threw a little floater and that gave the defender the time and the positioning to pick that ball off. Oh man, brutal second half mistakes in this football game. This was one that we probably should have had and should have won. And, you know, the offense in this one, 477 yards of offense for us, 464 for Louisiana Tech. Very even in terms of that numbers there. 142 yards on the ground, 335 passing yards for us, 370 passing yards for Louisiana Tech. You know, 50% on third down conversions in this football game. We were 0 for 1 on fourth down conversions. We were not good in the red zone in this one. Only 44%. I mean, of course, we missed a field goal in the red zone, and we threw a pick in the red zone. And the turnovers, man, that's it. That's the reason that we've lost almost, I mean, basically that's the reason we've lost our 3 games this year. And the 3 turnovers were absolutely gut punches for us in this football game. I mean, they came at the worst possible time. You know, Keon Jenkins was having an awesome game until those last couple of interceptions. But still, I mean, 29 out of 40, 335 yards. You know, he didn't have an awful game, really. He just had some, you know, those 2 passes, just late decision-making for him. And the throws were just, you know, he needed to throw more of a bullet pass in those scenarios. And you look at Jack Turner, it started out not very great for him, but he ended up throwing 370 yards with the 2 touchdowns and an interception. Keon Jenkins, only -1 yards for him, does get in the end zone today. Lexington Joseph didn't actually cross the century mark, but had a really good game, 97 yards on the ground with a touchdown score. Kejon Owens only had 26 rushing yards today. Shamar Lawrence only had 20 yards on the ground as well, but he did have a touchdown. So, you know, overall, good running game for us, and Joseph was definitely potent on the ground, but we gave up a lot of yards. I mean, Marquise Crosby had 114 rushing yards in this game for them. He was really good and effective, 4.3 yards per carry. Kejon Owens had the best receiving day for us again, 9 receptions for over 100 yards on the air for him. Josiah Lyman had 6 catches for 55 yards. Eric Rivers had another pretty big day, honestly. Had a 59-yard touchdown reception and had 81 yards total on 3 catches with a score. Burris, 3 for 37. Rocky Beers, 3 for 18. Fournette, 3 for 22. And Patterson, 2 catches in this game. And Brahim got the most receptions, 96 yards. Nate Jones had 7 catches. Marlon Jackson, though, killed us in this game. He had 112 receiving yards and a touchdown. Coldest Crawford had the other touchdown reception. Edwards had a good day with 5 catches. And then we go to our defense, and Ezekiel Massis had a sack in this one, actually, which is kind of nice. We like that. We like to see that. Cole Gustafon had 2 more sacks. He's having a really good season for us defensively. CJ Christian had a couple of big sacks in this game as well for us. Giovanni Davis had another sack, and then Ezekiel Massis had a sack. I already said that, but yeah, I mean, that's 5 sacks, or 6 sacks that we had in this football game. And Brian Blades had a really good game. He had an interception and a forced and a fumble recovery. CJ Christian had a forced fumble, and so did Reggie Patterson as well for us on the defensive end. And for Louisiana Tech here, Jordan Burnett had a ridiculous game, my goodness. I mean, 2 forced fumbles, 1 fumble recovery that he took back to the house, and he had 5.5 sacks. That's unreal. He's going to win Defensive Player of the Week for sure. Cedric Woods and Jeremiah Copeland had the 2 absolutely massive interceptions, one on the final drive of the game in regulation for us, and then the one that sealed the game in overtime. Burnett, 13 tackles, 5.5 sacks. Keenan Landry had a sack as well. I mean, we're giving up 7 sacks a game, basically, it seems like right now. 3 of 5 in field goals. Not a good day for kicking for either team. Chase Gabriel also had a big miss in this one as well. But that is going to do it for me in this episode, everybody. Thank you guys so much for watching this one. A brutal game. Honestly, a really tough loss for us in this one. We're going to have to bounce back We're going to have to bounce back against a team that's doing really well right now this season, the Liberty Flames. They were 4-0 going into this week, and, you know, we'll see. I don't know what they, well, you know, we'll see what they did in their game that they just played this week, but we might be facing a team that has not lost yet this season, and we're going to be facing a really good quarterback for them as well. So that might be a bit of a tough game. We'll have to see, can the Panthers rebound and avoid a losing streak right now in this season after this loss. No points in the second half or overtime for us, and huge turnovers cost us this football game. You've been listening to Lucas from Mars. I'll be back with another episode, and we're gonna probably have an episode of the Coaching Carousel Dynasty next time for you here on the channel. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you're having a great weekend, and I will see all of you next time. God